Here's what just happened and why it matters. Donald Trump is at it again. The gloves are off. Trump has came out and posted on Truth Social. It's made its way across the world. This is going to have earth-shattering ramifications. The Democrats are about to go into absolute meltdown. This comes on the heels of Donald Trump calling out Ilhan Omar and Tim Walz. Donald Trump just posted this on Truth Social. 92% of Biden's Autopen signed documents, he is calling them null and void. This is the full Truth Social post. Any document signed by Sleepy Joe Biden with the Autopen, which is approximately 92% of them, is hereby terminated and of no further force or effect. The Autopen is not allowed to be used if approval is not specifically given by the President of the United States. The radical left lunatics circling Biden around the Oval, beautiful, resolute desk in the Oval Office took the presidency away from him. I am hereby canceling all executive orders and anything else Joe Biden signed because the people who operated the Autopen did so illegally. Joe Biden was not involved in the Autopen process. And if he says he was, he will be brought up on charges of perjury. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Donald Trump is not only rescinding the 92% of executive orders that were signed by Biden or allegedly signed by Biden, but now if he says he did, he is bringing Joe Biden up on perjury charges. Now, there is one monumental decision that could radically change America. And that decision is massive. And it has right now, her face is on there. Ketanji Brown Jackson, the woman that could not tell you what another woman was. Her appointment is now on the verge of being rescinded, canceled, removed, deleted, whatever you want to call this. If this goes to the Supreme Court, which I believe it will, it's going to open up discovery. And the Biden administration is going to have to answer some really tough questions. And those questions will be under oath. I believe on the heels of this, we're going to get more of this victim mentality. We're going to be quickly reminded about Joe Biden's mental capacity. We're going to be reminded about Joe Biden's physical ailments with prostate cancer. I hope you get well soon, Joe. I would love for you to get the best care in prison. Trump is saying 92% of these documents may not count. He's canceling anything tied to the Autopen. That alone is huge, but the ripple effects are what's going to be bigger. Those people in the J6 committee that got pardons. Trump's announcement hit today like a lightning strike. Says he's formally terminating any executive order or document that was approved using the Biden Autopen. Something he claims was used for 92% of signatures. Smash the like and subscribe button. Let me know what you think about this. Do you think Trump has the right to do this? Is this the kind of justice that the American people need? This is making its way all over social media, canceling all of it. Holy smokes, he did it. Get ready for an uproar. This includes the pardons, those Hunter Biden pardons. I got a little bit of a news clip here for you. I want you to see this.
News we're hearing out of the White House, President Trump saying that he is effectively terminating anything that was signed via Autopen under the Joe Biden administration. He just sent this out on Truth Social. I'll read it verbatim. Any document signed by Sleepy Joe Biden with the Autopen, which was approximately 92% of them, is hereby terminated and of no further force or effect. The Autopen is not allowed to be used if approval is not specifically given by the President of the United States. The radical left lunatics circling Biden around the beautiful resolute desk in the Oval Office took the presidency away from him. I am hereby canceling all executive orders and anything else that was not directly signed by crooked Joe Biden because the people who operated the Autopen did so illegally, the president says. Joe Biden was not involved in the Autopen process, and If he says he was, he will be brought up on charges of perjury. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Trump says. So Trump claiming that 92% of the documents signed during Biden's presidency were done so with an Autopen device. It's unclear who will validate the signatures, by the way. That is something that remains unclear today, and it's something that we will continue to track. And we'll let you know here on Live Now if President Trump sends out any more social media posts. This is a developing story. It's likely that at some point throughout the next few days, there will be more updates on this and perhaps give us some more clarity about what exactly may be terminated as a result of this post by the president. Again, President Trump furthering.
Guys, this is going to have an absolute monumental fallout. The fallout from this is going to be earth-shattering because the Biden administration is going to have to address this. And when they address it, I believe this is where they catch them in a massive lie. This is a trap. This is the Trump trap. This is you float out something regularly. You keep the news media constantly on their heels. They are so upset right now because before, under the previous administration, there was all this leaked information. The news media they were wagging the dog, is what I would call that. The tail was wagging the dog. And now it's not happening. The news media has no freaking clue what is coming next. That's why we're ahead of them. That's why you watch us. We call this broken news. Okay? Broken news. Because the news is shattered by the mainstream news, and we put the pieces back together here. It's only going to get better. In other massive news, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent is immediately cutting off all federal benefits to illegal aliens, preserving them for citizens only, per President Trump's orders. You see this? Citizens only. Try to defend that one for me, for any of you radical left lunatics. Try to defend that. Treasury Secretary announced that it will issue proposed regulations declaring that the refunded portions of certain individual income tax benefits no longer available to illegal and other non-qualified aliens, covering the earned income tax credit. They file taxes and then send all the money back to Venezuela or Mexico or wherever. Trump is on the warpath. We are not even 1 year in, and we're getting everything that I voted for. Look at this. Tim Burchett, Donald Trump as well, is calling for the removal of the income tax. Listen to this.
Over the next couple of years, I think we'll substantially be cutting, and maybe cutting out completely, but we'll be cutting income tax. Could be almost completely cutting it because the money we're taking in is going to be so large. And yet, other countries who have been ripping us off for many, many years, and many years they've just been ripping us to shreds. Over the next couple of years, I think we'll substantially.
Just the month of October, we took in $33 billion, as in Biden dollars. Month of October alone. That is enough income or enough money coming in. We can remove income tax. Please remove income tax. It incentivizes people to work. We got Kentucky. Y'all got problems.
What about resettlement of those refugees? Where should they go? What are the options?
Yes, I mean, we have failed in our obligation to help many of these Afghans who risked their lives and in many cases died for the cause of their own country in assistance to the United States. And we owe them to help them get into our country with these visas and the P1 and P2 visas.
This is a Republican Senate candidate. He's going to run to try to replace Mitch McConnell. It's the last thing we need. There's another Republican worried about Afghan refugees. I'm going to tell you right now, Andy Barr, I've got family in Kentucky. There are parts of Kentucky that people still have outdoor toilets. And you're worried about Afghanistan refugees? Did you just see what happened to one of them, or what one of them did in D.C.? Took out a neighboring state of yours, West Virginia, killed a young woman that is serving their country. And you're worried about Afghan refugees. You are out of your freaking mind. I'm trying not to cuss here. Guys, if Donald Trump rescinds, terminates these 92% of the Biden Autopen, these Afghan refugees are about to get bohica'd. Bend over. Here it comes again. They're getting ran out of the country. Thank you for watching. Smash a like and subscribe button. We try to put the news back together. This is broken news. We put the news back together that the freaking lamestream media shatters every opportunity with providing you with the truth. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.